Hello everyone, Nate here. We thought it would be a good idea to preface this and a few upcoming episodes with a little bit of information. Firstly, we're all very new to podcasting. We all have listened to them, but creating one is a whole different experience. We hope you can be patient with us as we move forward and start to understand exactly how it is we want to make content for you guys. Secondly, rate and review us wherever it is you listen to podcasts. There's no better way to make sure we know what it is you like and what it is you think we need to work on. We're always working to make the show better for you and would appreciate your input. Last but not least, thank you for listening and for your support. We've been looking forward to doing this for a long time, and it's because of you that we get to continue to do so. Now, with all that out of the way, welcome to the Rolled Standard. We hope you enjoy the episode. Cheers, and don't sniff glue.
Welcome to the Rolled Standard. Today we are digging into the Call of Cthulhu starter set with a scenario initially intended for one player, but we're gonna throw all three of us into this. So we got two players and me, the keeper. This is Christopher, of course. And this is titled Paper Chase. So without further ado, welcome to Call of Cthulhu. The year is 1922. You have been contacted by Thomas Kimball of Arnoldsburg, Michigan. Now it seems his house has been burglarized and some of his uncle's favorite books have been stolen. The mystery is a little unusual, as the uncle inexplicably disappeared without trace a year ago. Mr. Kimball would like you to find out who stole the books, return them if possible, and discover the whereabouts of his uncle and whether he is still alive. Now you arrive in Arnoldsburg, Michigan, around 11 o'clock on the train, and you get off the train, you pick up a cab, and you head to 218 Aylesbury Street, which you know the address already. And as you get there, you immediately, the house is quite large, almost a mansion, but not quite, and you walk up to the door, and a few seconds go by as you hear footsteps coming, and the door creaks open. Yes, what can I do for you?
Wentworth Avebury here, of the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained. We received your telegram about your burglary. We're here to investigate, as requested.
Oh, yes, fantastic. Well, hell, why don't you guys come inside and make yourselves at home? You guys probably gonna be here for a little while. I got a guest room upstairs you guys can use.
Excellent. Allow me to introduce my associate here, the young Nevada Jones.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Oh, yes, of course. Where are my manners? Thomas Kimball, and he offers you his hand, both of you. Well, shit. Why don't you guys get settled in, and why don't you guys meet me down in the dining room for coffee? It's about lunchtime.
Excellent. Yes.
So you guys head up to the guest room. You guys make yourselves at home, and put your bags down, of course, and get down to the dining room. And Thomas is sitting there with lunch prepared. You guys take your seats, and so how was the train from Arkham?
Lengthy, mostly.
Yes, I find train travel quite droll, however.
Yes, well, it's been a while since I've been on a train myself. Probably since last time I went to Detroit. It was like 3 years ago, I guess. Either way, I guess hear about the burglary. So just to give you the long and short of it, a couple books have been missing from my uncle's study. Now, as you can see, I've kind of homesteaded the place. I've inherited it about a year ago, and I left his study alone. And I noticed the other day there was a noticeable absence in his study. A few books missing. Looks to be maybe around 6 or so.
Would you by hand know the titles of these missing books?
I don't know which books he had necessarily.
Do you have an estimate on how many books?
About 6.
How large is the study?
Well, after lunch here, let me take you there. You guys can take a look around if you like.
And what are we having for lunch this afternoon, sir?
Yeah, just something simple. I'm not much of a cook, so I just made you guys some ham and Swiss sandwiches.
This deli tray is entirely unacceptable.
Well, it's just a sandwich.
Will you calm yourself down?
Well, if you'd like, I can run over to the cafe later on. We can.
No, don't accommodate him. It'll make it all the worse.
I say, dear boy, know your place.
So, obviously, you guys know that I'd like to get the books back, figure out what happened, and if you can figure out where exactly my uncle Douglas went, Douglas Kimball. He's been missing for over a year, and he's
missing and presumed passed? I apologize for being so blunt.
I'm not really too sure if he's alive or dead, but he just disappeared. Almost a year ago.
It's a long time to assume we could find a lead.
That's why we hired you guys. Why we didn't just go to the police. I mean, the police are probably just going to brush it under the rug as a simple burglary.
Yes, well, we at the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained tend to look for more mysterious mysteries, for lack of a better word. What can you tell me of these books?
I don't know. I don't know much about what his books were. I mean, he had a lot of them.
Oh, so you don't know any specifics on the ones that were missing?
No, I don't know which books they were. I just noticed a noticeable gap in the bookshelf.
Was your uncle into any sort of spiritism? Is that what it was? Is that what it's called?
I believe what my young friend here is trying to ask is, would your uncle perhaps have been into rare and unusual books?
Well, definitely rare and unusual is definitely a great way to put it. I don't know what he read, but he kind of read everything.
Well, let us adjourn to the study.
You guys finish up your lunch with Thomas here, and you head off to the study. Now, why don't you guys give me a spot hidden check?
60.
Did you succeed or fail?
I have rolled over my 50.
So you failed.
80.
Yep, neither of you guys. Okay. So you guys notice that the study here is pretty cluttered and just piled high with lots of books. Books of all shapes and sizes on all subjects, identical only in that they were all well cared for. Why don't you guys take a look around? Feel free to run to the place. I mean, you guys are investigating. I can't hold it back. If you find it, his journal should be around here somewhere. Not sure where though. And you guys managed to look through the place, and after about an hour or so of you guys perusing this room, you do see the noticeable gap in the books on the shelf. I mean, the reason the books are piled so high and so cluttered is that the shelves are plumb full, and you do notice, like I said, a good chunk of books missing. Later on, about an hour after you guys have spent time in this room, Thomas goes back. So, did you find anything? Find anything interesting?
So far, not really.
Okay. Did you happen to look into his desk at all? And I imagine one of you will look into his desk, and you do find a leather-bound journal in one of the bottom shelves of the desk. You guys page through it a little bit, and you notice that the last entry is dated the day before Douglas Kimball vanished, allegedly. And the entry cryptically mentions reaching a decision and joining with my friends below. In addition, other earlier journal entries seem to hint at a network of tunnels beneath the cemetery inhabited by mysterious creatures that Douglas saw moving about the cemetery at night.
Now, this looks promising.
Yes, this does appear to be right up our alley, as they say.
It's unfortunate that took us this long to get to that point.
Yes, well, bad rolls and whatnot.
Do you guys have any leads or anything? I mean, you guys, what's your guys' plan of action here?
Well, upon review of the journal, I feel we have several areas of interest we can look into. I'd rather not give you preliminary hope yet. Allow us to do our investigation, and we will keep you apprised if there is any progress.
Well, if I might add, I mean, you could ask around the neighborhood. I mean, not everybody knew him. And, well, not everybody, but a lot of people knew him. You could also...
And how was your uncle regarded in the community?
He kept to himself mostly, so most people kind of have a neutral opinion, honestly. You could also talk to the police. There was a missing persons report filed, and might even help to maybe look back at back issues of the local newspaper, the Arnoldsburg Advertiser.
All right, well, we can definitely start taking a look around.
Yes. Nevada, should we carry on and split up, or would we make more progress as one?
I don't even know if I trust you on your own.
What do you mean?
You're pretty abrasive, to be honest. I don't know how to tell you best.
Nonsense.
See, the adamant denial doesn't ever help. It's literally been what?
My personality is as smooth as silk.
Yeah, it sounds like it. We'll do this together, I think.
As you guys argue, you notice that Thomas has taken his leave from your guys' quarrel.
Yes, well, we will catch up with you later, Thomas. To the newspaper.
He's gone. He already went through the door.
There was no response as you addressed him.
How rude.
Actually, this time I agree.
So you guys are heading to the newspaper?
Yes.
Okay, so you make your way around town, and as you leave the house, you can see that, and you saw this through the study window as well, that up a hill behind the house, you notice that the cemetery in question is behind the house. There also, as you walk through the neighborhood, you
Wait, behind their house?
yes, behind the Kimball house.
Oh, shit.
Also,
Like
good
a
already.
churchyard kind of situation?
I mean,
It's
or
like a community.
it doesn't seem as
cemetery.
though it's in the yard necessarily, as it's just the
the
closest house
property
to it.
butts up to it.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
That's fair.
Yeah. And as you walk through, town, you're walking around through the neighborhood, obviously, to get to the library, and you
Newspaper?
notice about 5 minutes after your guys' walk, you notice an elderly lady kind of walking on the same sidewalk in your direction.
How elderly? Like,
I would say that she looks to be in her 60s or so, and she looks like she's pretty well dressed, like a fancy lady, perhaps.
hello, madam. Good day to you.
As you do that, give me an either appearance or credit rating roll.
What the fuck? Credit rating?
Yes.
Oh, God.
So you really just want to, and it's one or the other. So find out which one of those is best and
Appearance.
roll. Okay.
I've rolled a 7.
Oh, that's a success.
Yes,
Holy shit.
quite.
Very good, man.
As you get her attention, she looks at you. She looks you up and down, and she's like, "Well, I've never seen you around here before. Who might you be?"
Wentworth Avebury here of the New York Aveburys. And who might you be, madam?
Oh, my name is Mrs. Lila Odell.
Hello, Miss Lila.
What brings you to Arnoldsburg?
Oh, we've been tasked with looking into the disappearance of Mr. Kimball.
Mr. Kimball,
Yes,
young Thomas or Douglas?
the elder Douglas.
Oh, good. I was hoping Thomas wasn't missing as well.
No.
Oh, he's doing well.
Served
Well,
us a
But
delightful deli tray for lunch this afternoon.
didn't. I doubt that.
Yes,
Knowing
it was
his
marginally acceptable.
tastes. Now, didn't Douglas pass away? I believe
Thomas
he-
has told us that Douglas has merely been missing.
I'm
We
sure.
are more interested in the disappearance of several books from his library.
Oh yes, forever reading he was. Now I haven't seen him for some years now. That I think about it.
As Thomas has told us that Douglas disappeared about a year ago.
A bit of a recluse before that.
Yeah, I mean you rarely see him. When you do, he's got a book under arm, or
You ever seem strange to you?
Yes, what can you tell us about Douglas as a person?
I mean he was quiet. He kept to himself. He kept to his books mostly.
Yes, as is proper.
Yes, he gives you like a very agreeable nod. Like that's right. Very very kind man though. I have no quarrel with him. If you
Would there be anyone in town who may have taken a slight to Douglas?
well, I don't believe that Mr. Kimball would have made any enemies in this town. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. If you bid me adieu, I have some things to get to. It was a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Avebury. And she offers her ladylike hand, you know.
I take her hand and kiss it gently and bid Miss Odell a lovely day.
And as you do that, she kind of like taken aback, like you did too much, but she just accepts it because she was still taken aback by you.
Nonsense, her ankles were showing.
Meanwhile, Nevada, you can't help but notice that she didn't even like give you like a thought. Like she, as you chimed in on conversation, her response was as if it didn't even happen.
Fine.
Yes, well, stiff up a lip, old boy. You'll find a suitable maiden one day.
That was supposed to be one.
Maybe not for a young ruffian such as yourself.
Maybe we should have split up. I don't think I can handle you at all, man.
Whatever do you mean?
Can we please just make it to the newspaper?
Yes, carry on.
So you continue on to the Arnoldsburg Advertiser, and as you walk in, you notice that there's a middle-aged man sitting behind a desk in the actual office here of the Arnoldsburg Advertiser. He looks up at you guys over his horn-rimmed glasses. What can I do for you?
Well, we are here looking into disappearance of Mr. Douglas Kimball. We're wondering if we could look through some old issues of your newspaper from around the time he has gone missing.
Give me a persuade check.
86 out of 60.
Okay, well, that's not great. Nevada, would you like to take a... He's like, well, I don't just let anybody read them. You see, too, that he's got a nameplate on his desk, as people often do, and it says Artie Malloy, or Arthur Malloy, rather.
We got a telegram from Douglas Kimball's nephew. He's been concerned all this time that his uncle's been missing, and we came all the way in from Arkham so that we could come in here and investigate this. I'd really hate for this to be a stop up for us. Is there anything we can do to compensate you for it? Honestly, I'm hoping to.
Give me that charm roll.
67.
All right. I understand, but we can't just. It's like an employees only kind of thing.
I mean, there were newspapers.
Surely, sir, these were published works of journalism.
I will allow both of you to remake your roles due to persistence. However, whenever you push a roll, you go for the hard success in order to succeed because you're making a second attempt on. And most people, when they have, due to the fact that you gave him the information that you traveled pretty far, I'll allow you to do that with a bonus die, which means roll 3. Add another 10s dice to it, and then take the more successful of the two.
4 points over.
Okay.
That's a 16. No, 11.
11. Well, that would actually be a hard success for you then, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
You know what? I guess you guys came a long ways. I can't deny you guys that travel, I guess. Did for nothing. Yeah, why don't you the door down the hall says basement. It's all down there. This is the entire back catalog of the entire advertiser. Have at her. He looks up at the clock behind him. He's like, you got 3 hours before I lock the doors.
Thank you, sir. One gentleman to another.
Very generous.
We do appreciate it.
Okay, so as you're down in the into the actual newspaper morgue, give me a library use check, both of you.
Yes, this is my time to shine.
Oh, shit.
36. Success.
No,
Success.
fucking right.
Regular success?
Yes.
Yeah. I guess in
5.
you can either tell me fail, regular
that's
success,
expert.
hard success, or extreme success.
I got a 5. My threshold is 8
for the extreme.
for extreme.
Oh, very
Excellent.
nice. So you
Excellent.
find that's better. So what it says because we just
I
go with the
don't.
better.
I don't mean to show you up, friend, but you should come check this out.
You managed to find
Yes, what have you found?
important information within a few minutes of actually being down here. So you discover a journalist's notes that contain a never-published statement concerning the cemetery. The statement from Mrs. Hilda Ward, an insomniac neighbor, claimed that for over 20 years she had seen devil spawn in parentheses, stalking about the burial ground. Though human in outline, she claimed they had canine features, hooved feet, and were covered with mold. The journalist who interviewed Mrs. Ward noted that Mrs. Ward has since moved to Detroit, and none of the other neighbors have ever seen or will admit to having seen the devil spawn.
And what was this journalist's name, sir?
You notice that as you take the paper from Nevada, you see that it was written by a Mr. Arthur Malloy.
Ah, yes, Artie. All right, have we found any further information here in Nevada?
I haven't. Honestly, I'm just jacked to go talk to Artie up there
Arthur.
again, my friend.
Yes.
I want to know.
And in these archives, there's no mention of Douglas specifically?
No, you actually, you guys can spend a little more time down here, and you don't seem to find any mention of Douglas Kimball in the papers whatsoever. I mean, it's hard to
him even missing.
Nothing about the
Nope,
police
you don't even
report?
find. Well, not in here. No, you don't seem to find a police report in the newspaper archives.
Missing persons, man. Small town in the 20s.
Curious.
Maybe not a small town, but town in the 20s.
Yeah. I mean, it's a reasonably small town. So, what is your guys' next approach?
I'm gonna go talk to Arthur.
Yes.
So you guys leave the basement and you return to Arthur. He's like, "Well, that was quick. Did you guys find what you're looking for?"
Very quickly, and I thank you twice for it.
Yes, my young ward is quite adept at digging through newspapers.
Strange skill. Okay.
Well, take the wins you can.
This right here, my friend.
He looks.
I'll show him it.
Puts his glasses, kind of peers through them, and he. Oh yes, I remember this. Mrs. Ward. She had some strange observations. She was pretty frightened though. She managed to. She left town and headed to Detroit shortly after.
Yes, what I wanted to ask you about specifically here is, obviously this is insanity. How convinced did this woman seem?
Enough to move to another city.
Oh,
That's fair.
I mean, maybe for possibly obvious reasons, but was there any reason why this was never published?
You know, sometimes it's best to not say rumors. You know, we'd like to give a cold hard fact here. And I mean, at this point, it's a woman being afraid of monsters, and he
Demons,
kind of
yeah.
emphasizes the word monsters. And maybe that's not really newspaper worthy
I understand that.
until it's substantiated anyway. Which, oh, come on.
Did you know much about Douglas, by the way?
I knew he was an avid reader. He read the advertiser every day, or however often it is that we publish this magazine, this newspaper.
I'm sure you didn't, but did you ever have any idea that he also supported this claim?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. No.
Something that we recently learned as well. So,
If you find out any more information, where are you guys from exactly? You guys say you're coming from Arkham. What are you guys doing from Massachusetts? I think
We are both employed by the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained.
that explains your interest in this specific topic.
that explains the unexplained.
Indeed. Well, if you manage to come across some substantiated information, maybe it would be valuable to me.
That's
As valuable, he kind of rubs his fingers together in signifying money.
that's
I thought you were looking for the finger purse.
that's absolutely disgusting.
Well, you know, it's got that latch that no one
I'm
can
leaving.
quite find.
We'll probably see you later.
Hope so.
Wow, that's definitely interesting information.
Yes, quite. So there seems to be a shared delusion of creatures in the cemetery and tunnels and whatnot.
I don't know about there being actual devils, but
Well, you know, there are many cultures throughout the world that believe many different things. In my studies, I've found all kinds of things. There's
well, I'll tell you right now, I think it'd probably be easy for an old woman to start thinking that just a group of fucking crazies running around in the cemetery might look like devils,
right. I mean, it could be anything at this point. It could
wearing something
Children
akin
playing.
to like a animal headdress or something strange like that.
As you gentlemen are talking, where are you going?
the police department.
Oh, fuck.
You're getting to the
That's,
position? Okay.
there we go.
Perfect. Continue.
As quite as I was saying, and in my studies, I've
Here's a question, actually. Something that I think is probably important to the way that we have this conversation.
Yes.
What exactly, like, maybe not as our personal backgrounds, but like being part of the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained.
Yep.
Have we explained any unexplained before? Is there any
Yes.
preliminary like ideas of what we have done or have like things that would be easy for us to believe,
Oh, you generally believe, because you've read a lot of weird things. You've never really
experienced?
per se experienced
Right.
anything too
Like-
odd.
on the back of my sheet.
Assumedly,
it's
you guys are new to the operations. You know what I mean?
I've got under ideology and beliefs a lifelong interest in myth and folklore, willing to believe in the reality of supernatural, but yet to find any hard evidence.
That's a really great place to look for that information. The answer to that.
Yes, quite.
Yeah, I don't have any of that kind of stuff. Mine's more based in the like in reality.
She's
and
slightly
I like
skeptic.
That. I like that.
Okay, I like that.
Some fucking weirdos in the graveyard, man.
Okay, so you head on over to the police station, and a single cop is sitting at the front desk.
Hello, officer. How are you this fine day?
Fine. What brings you to the police station?
We are investigating the disappearance of our client's uncle. We're wondering if we could take a look at your old reports of missing people from roughly a year ago.
You guys have credentials?
Yes, here is my employment papers from the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained.
Oh yes. Well, let me. I will allow you then, both of you, to make either a law, charm, or persuade check. Who are you? Who exactly is it you're looking for? I'm on a missing persons report.
Looking for one Douglas Kimball, late of your town here. That is a success on my roll, by the way.
Which role did you go with?
A persuade roll.
Well, I do remember that a missing person report was filled out for Douglas Kimball. His photograph was actually circulated pretty much throughout the town, but I recall he was never found.
Would that have been in the local newspaper, sir?
Nah, I don't generally print stuff like this. Not until convictions have been made and answers have been.
I just figure it's
right.
strange that if you're putting out pictures throughout town, it wouldn't be through the newspaper. People probably get most of their entertainment and information through the newspaper.
Mostly just staple into telephone poles.
And this seems like a
flyers with
really
your-
inefficient way to try to find a human being.
Well, maybe that's why we haven't found him.
Yes, potentially. But that is neither here nor there. May we see that report, please, sir?
Oh, yeah, let me, give me a minute, I can go dig it up here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Heads off to a filing cabinet behind the desk and, digs through it a little bit, and oh, yes, here it is. And he hands it to you, and it's pretty straightforward. It pretty much just says that, Douglas Kimball is missing. He's just completely gone, and, is filed by Thomas Kimball. Beyond that, nothing that you don't already know, I guess. It mentions nothing about demons or anything about the cemetery, really nothing.
You had no leads.
And his photo is also paper clipped to the actual file.
What does he look like? Does he just look like a slightly older version of Thomas?
He does actually. Yeah, he looks balding with white hair. The height you see is around 5'9", and you see that he's wearing round spectacles.
Do you mind if we take this, or do you have a copy of this?
Yeah. Give me a charm for that.
Okie dokie.
Charms are better.
6. Holy shit.
Well, as long as you bring it back. You know what? Probably won't even matter. You keep it. Seems like you guys are on this case now anyway.
Much obliged.
Thank you very much, sir.
So, that being said, where are you going now?
Well,
About what time in the day is it?
At this point, it is about. Yeah, you guys haven't been doing a whole lot. An hour in the newspaper. It's probably around 4 o'clock.
why don't we head back?
Yes, I say we return to Thomas's house and pool our resources and perhaps observe the cemetery from inside this evening.
Let's also tell them about the other unpublished works.
Yes, I don't believe we should make any mention of mold demons in the cemetery.
Mold team.
I don't know. I think you should probably know that there was somebody who thought that his uncle's claims were substantiated. Maybe not tell him about devils necessarily, but that somebody else was seeing some weird shit. Wait, did we tell him about the shit in the journal?
No, I don't believe we did.
Thomas?
Yeah.
You haven't? Nope.
No, we have
shit.
not.
Well, maybe we can
Oh, the
talk to him.
journal. Did you? That's a question. Did you? He hasn't read it, but he
We
knows
didn't
he kept
specifically say we did, but
No,
we
you
didn't
did-
specifically say we didn't.
Maybe we should ask him a few
let's assume
questions
then
before we
anytime
talk
that is
about
a
him.
binary like that, if you don't mention it, you didn't do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk to him about some of the things that his uncle might have said.
More answers, more information is always crucial before action.
I mean,
Learn that well, young one.
I also... fine. You're
You're entirely too bombastic for this line of work.
bombastic, yeah. That's the word that I was used to express myself.
Excellent.
That's the
At
word
least
you
we're on the
generally
same
use to
page.
express me.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
Maybe we do a little bit of subtle digging for information.
Yes, subtlety is key.
And maybe then, depending on what he knows or maybe should not know, we could include him in it.
So, you return back to the Kimball house. You guys going to walk in or knock on the door? Or what are you guys going to do?
I'll knock on the door.
Yes.
Okay.
Try to be a little bit.
Be polite to the man's dwelling.
Right, okay. So you knock on the door, you hear the footsteps approach again, and the door opens, and it's Thomas, and he's like, you don't have to knock. You guys are guests here. But, come on in. Good to see you guys. What have you guys found out? Where did you guys go?
We've been all over the place.
Yeah, it's been gone for a couple hours.
Police department, the newspaper. We had a few more questions for you. You about to prepare dinner at all?
Was considering they got chicken in the oven.
Oh,
Yes, quite.
that's amazing. Maybe we can pick your brain over dinner then.
Sounds great. Yeah, let me finish that up. Why don't you guys get washed up, and I'll see you down for dinner.
Much obliged.
So, you guys go up to your room and you wash up and dress for dinner, as is customary to do in the 20s. You guys meet him at dinner. He's got a chicken carved and looks golden brown. Looks like he did a
Yes.
decent job. And you can see too that as you guys are seeing his spread, that he's a lot of sides to go with it. Of course, you see that he's kind of excited about the fact that it turned out good. Dig in, guys. He's like, you can tell he's kind of excited to have guests. Oddly,
It looks delicious. Thank you.
yeah. I mean, I'm surprised it came out as good as it did. Usually it never does.
I assume so. You do not have guests quite often. You seem very excited to have company.
I mean, could be better company. Could be lady folk. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, yes, one can always hope.
I've never entertained since I got the house.
Oh, well, it is a lovely dwelling, sir.
A little too big, if you ask me.
Is it here in town that you're from as well?
I know I grew up a few miles out of town. We would come to visit Uncle Doug, we called him, pretty regularly as a child. Haven't seen him in a few years, but then got a inheritance. They inherited the house. I mean,
Did you have any written letter from him?
not from him, no, from his attorney though.
It was specifically given to you? Are you
Yeah.
an only child?
Well, my parents passed away. I am an only child, yes, and my parents passed away a few years ago.
Does he have any other relatives anywhere around, sir?
Just me. My grandparents, they passed away decades ago. My parents passed away about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was just him and my father, their brothers. That's it. I'm the only child, and Douglas didn't have any kin at all. I don't think he was even ever married, unless you consider being married to books being married.
It seems
Yes, well, it
seems
is a
to be what
lifelong
people think.
passion.
People have kinks, but not in the 20s.
I mean, if you
Eh,
don't have
Crowley.
you don't have many guests yourself, are you nearly as married to the book as he is?
I mean, I'm more married to my job.
And what is it you do for a living?
I'm a grocer. Work down at the grocery store, as
So
a
you
grocer
are-
often does.
So you're familiar with the folks here in town.
Yeah, I know damn near everybody.
Would you be familiar with, I believe she has since moved, a Hilda Ward?
Hilda Ward. No, I don't. I can't recall a Miss Ward.
There was an interesting article that wasn't quite published by your paper here in town that she had some strange ideas about the cemetery, and from your uncle's journal, he may have had some of the similar ideas.
Do you have
What are these ideas?
samples? I mean, obviously the journal we have. Do we have a sample for the article, like to
Right, 'cause I
show
don't
him
wanna
how
say
to
that.
correlate?
I don't want to say moldy.
Did you take it?
I mean,
I gotta imagine you kind of did.
I feel like we should've.
Assumedly, yes. Then, assumedly, yeah.
I should have asked right away, but
Yeah, if you guys are gonna take
I'll-
things or
I'll-
do things like that, state it.
all right.
But we'll assume that you did.
I'll produce those then and show him that stuff.
He looks it over, and this is bizarre.
Right, it's utter insanity. However, in your uncle's journal, he mentioned several times the cemetery, and I'm just wondering if maybe children play there or something.
Maybe some weirdos.
I mean, I've never
crazy
seen
costumes.
I've never seen kids around there really. Not that many kids in town, honestly. None that I know anyway. I know the caretaker up there.
Oh, and what is his name? We will visit with him in the morning.
Okay, yeah, his name is Melodious Jefferson. I think he's been working there for, well, I mean, as long. When I was a child visiting Uncle Doug, he was here then.
Do you know much about Mr. Jefferson?
He's a quiet man. I haven't spoken to him, I think, ever really. I mean, I've seen him in the grocery store from time to time, but he doesn't say much. Smells like earth.
Well, yes, as
Assume
one
so.
would tend to do.
Nah, I'm not accustomed.
Yes, perhaps you can discuss certain digging techniques while I find interesting information.
Not to shit on the the profession of gravedigger, but do you really correlate the two things together?
Well, is that not what you do?
I mean,
I'm-
on certain,
I do apologize, sir. I'm not meaning to poo upon your profession. I'm merely giving you a good ribbing.
I'm actually kind of impressed.
As well you should be.
Beautiful. So, it gets to be around sundown. Thomas, you guys have sat for a few hours talking and drinking wine and just getting to know each other, I guess. He's like, "Well, I'm going to turn in. Feel free to turn in when you guys feel you want to."
Thank you, sir. I believe we will take up the next several hours in your uncle's study, as that window overlooks the cemetery rather nicely.
And it does very well. You can see it very well through it.
Yes, I remember when you said that.
Okay. So he takes off to bed, and you two head over to the study and kind of just keep an eye out. And while you guys are here, why don't you guys both give me a luck roll?
Oh shit. Let's see here. Luck is 60.
Fail.
It'll fail.
51 success.
Nice. Okay. Now, as you guys you guys spend maybe 2.5 hours in the study here, just kind of paging through books. Some of them are pretty interesting. Some of them are batshit crazy. Some of them are boring. Some of them are novels. Pretty much everything here. It's got quite a library. But you do notice at a certain point, you see a figure leaving the cemetery grounds and heading towards the house.
Oh, man, come over here and see this. I swear to God.
Yes. Let's snuff the light in the study and observe.
Okay, and as you do, you can see the character better. You can't really make him out, though, due to the fact it's night and he's just a dark figure.
Right.
But you do see that he comes up to the study's window, and he is right on the other side of the window, and he starts jimmying with it. And he manages to pull the window open, and it's kind of a pull-up kind, from the outside. And I'm
just going to motion to Nevada to just wait calmly.
I'm going to nod like, give me the signal.
Is there a hide type thing here?
I don't recall.
No, not hide.
Stealth.
Ooh,
Why don't you guys both give me a stealth roll?
Oh no, dude.
Not a stealthy dude? Are you not hiding? You don't have to be hiding.
4.
4?
Extreme success.
Fuck yeah.
Or no. Hard success.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. Even with the hard success, then he managed to. He held you back. Okay, make your roll. No, this is fine. Make your roll. I got an idea for this.
Shit, 34. I have a 20.
Okay, well, so you failed, but with his hard success and him holding you back was enough to keep you from moving. And this dark figure enters the room through the window, and he doesn't see you guys. You see him starting to walk over to some of the books. You see him kind of digging through some of them. He continues on. Every once in a while, he'll grab a book and stick it under his arm. You're pulling your gun? Okay. And he keeps going around to the other shelves and some of the stacks, and he grabs a few books here and there. After a while, he's got about 8 or so books. He starts to head back to the window.
At this point, I'm going to step in front of the window.
Oh damn! I was going to do the same thing, but no, I'll stay back because the gun's a good play afterwards.
Okay.
Just step in front of the window, and as he's walking towards me, I say, sir, what are you doing here?
He immediately drops the books. He's like, "Wow,
I'm gonna hit the lights.
Excellent.
You hit the lights?
Unless it's
No, you hit the
candlelight.
You turn the. Okay.
I believe it was gas.
What's that?
I believe it was gas.
We'll go with gas because I think you might be right. So
Right.
you turn the lights on, and both of you guys immediately give me a sanity check.
Shit.
Oh shit!
Yes,
dude.
as you see. Wait, hold on. I need to find the exact description.
Oh man, where the fuck? Okay. Oh no! Oh no!
You see that he does have a foul-looking humanoid face. He's
have
naked.
failed.
What's that?
I have failed.
You rolled below it? Okay.
No, I rolled
You rolled
above
above it. Okay.
Oh my god! Fucking ass!
What'd you
Damn
do?
it.
Did you fail yours too?
Yes, 59.
Okay.
Sure.
I thought it was
So
60.
you see a foul-looking humanoid, naked but covered in caked mud and mold. His face is bestial, with large canine teeth and a rudimentary canine-like snout in place of a human nose. Both of you, since you failed those, I need you both to roll 1d6.
3.
That's how many sanity points you lose.
2.
And you immediately let out this scream. And both of you do. You're just, ah! Both of you also give me another sanity roll.
What the fuck? I
As
want to
you
shoot
notice-
this dude in the face.
As you notice that, actually, in that case, you scream as you drop your gun.
Fuck.
And here's the thing, and here's the reason I say this. It's because if you fail, you lose 1d6 sanity points and make one involuntary action of the keeper's choice.
Oh,
Perhaps
shit.
dropping whatever they are holding or screaming. That's generally when you fail sanity checks, I kind of like take you over for an action. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that's what you did. You drop your gun, which clanks on the ground. You scream. And both of you guys give me a second sanity roll as you realize that this is Douglas Kimball.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the most.
no.
Yeah,
I
you
have
noticed
failed
that.
again.
I did not. 39.
You succeeded.
36.
You succeeded.
Yep.
You lose 1 sanity point, and
Oh,
you
fuck.
roll me a
I
d4.
only have one then.
4.
Yep.
Wait, where's my? Okay.
You only have 1 sanity point left. Perfect.
Where's the sanity points? That's what I was gonna ask.
We lost 3, so I went from 60 to 57.
Yeah, there's a lot up there.
Oh, wait. So you go down this way? Oh,
It's a track, yeah, it's a
my
track.
God.
It's a sanity
So I
check.
only went down 1. Holy shit.
So what is your total? So you lose 1 total,
Yeah.
and you already lost 6. Oh, how many did you lose in the first time? 3?
Yeah.
Okay, and that give me the d4. I should have mentioned that you get a d4 as well. 1. So you lost a total of 4.
So I'm at 56.
Okay. You're lucky. You just like you kind of like close up like with this harsh realization as to what's really going on here. Kind of. To give you a little insight into what would have been happening there, it says if an investigator loses 5 or more sanity points, in other words, if you had rolled anything higher on any of those dice, you would have had to make an intelligence roll. And if you were to succeed that, then here's the thing: if you succeed that, you're fully aware of what's happening, and you gain a little bit of madness. However, you didn't lose enough, so you're all right. Yeah, the thing is, if you fail that roll, you don't really get it, so it doesn't really affect you as much as it could. Because in order for you to actually become maddened by something, you need to like
grasp the truth.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So,
I want to fucking pick up my gun if I can.
okay,
I made the sanity roll. I feel. Can I make a move? What's the?
yes, you can. Allow you to pick up your gun. We'll go round based here. And now here's it does mention that generally when it comes to like round based situations like this, you would go based off of your dexterity. That's what it was. It's just your dexterity scores, and you just go by who had the highest or the lowest.
Oh, cool.
But however, it says that the investigators will act first in this situation because at this point you startled him. He startled you with his appearance, and then so yes, go right ahead, you guys.
So dexterity roll.
You don't have to.
It's just you have a higher dex. So
It's a static number.
I got you. I wanted to go for my gun.
Okay, so you pick up your gun, and
Jesus Christ, Douglas, what the fuck?
he's like, who are you guys?
Well, you're hired by. Oh my God,
We've been hired by your
Jesus
nephew.
Christ! Just give me a second, please. Don't
Thomas.
fucking kill me or something,
Yes,
please.
this is quite shocking, really. But we've been hired by your nephew. We are from the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained, and your disappearance and appearance is quite unexplained. Would you care to explain yourself, sir?
I mean, he sits on the edge of the windowsill. I'll go with you guys, but don't tell Thomas. It's too much for him. Now,
Yes, I can see, as it would be.
I mean, as you see me now, and obviously this is not how I was.
Right, we have your photograph here.
Yes, and as you see him now, more accurately, kind of humanoid, but he's still definitely changing.
Cloven hooves and all?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Tight.
But he's not wearing any clothes here. He's just muddy and naked.
Gross.
Now, I was tired of my mundane existence among humans. The only thing I wanted in life was to be left alone, able to read whenever I liked, but other humans kept making demands of me, like go to work or take a shower, change your clothes, things, human things. But now, living as a ghoul, my life is great. I don't need money. I don't have to dress for dinner. I don't have to meet people except at mealtimes. I can read whenever I want, day or night. But the other ghouls are shutting down the entrance to the world below. So I only had one more night to try and get more of my books before we left for good. Now there's a lot to see and experience in the world below that I'm planning to write about in my own book of my own experiences. Please, I can't stress this enough. Please do not tell Thomas that I'm still alive.
And so what would you expect us to tell him?
Tell him you never found me.
And what of your more missing books from your collection, which is why we were called in here?
Yeah, make up something. I mean, just don't tell him this.
I believe we can come up with a suitable cover story for you, sir.
Wait.
No,
What the fuck?
Nevada, allow the man his indulgences.
What the fuck are you talking about? The world below? Becoming a ghoul? This is not normal shit. You're talking you're fucking having a conversation with a fucking goat man, and you're fucking telling me that,
Calm yourself, sir.
what the fuck are you trying to say right now?
There's another world out there. You'd like to see.
Jesus
Would you
Christ.
like to join me?
Well, if you're closing off the entrance, how would we return?
Would you even want to?
Yes, quite.
Is this a world that you would want to continue living in?
This is the heaviest shit. What the fuck? You're ready to go down there?
Well, sir, I imagine you as an archaeologist would be fascinated to learn about a whole entire new culture undocumented by humans.
The only reason I'm even giving this a second thought. What the fuck kind of...
And what of the other ghouls, sir?
There are many.
What are they? Are they like you?
They're just like me.
Well, what can you tell me of ghoul culture and learning?
I mean, we do what we want underground, and
Does that include just? Does that mean savagery? Fucking
if that's what you wish to occupy your time with.
fuck! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Sir, I cannot join you in this. I'm sorry.
Well, that's understandable. Please allow me to take my leave.
We will find it sorry for Thomas. And Nevada, what say you?
I throw up.
Since this conversation has been a heavy topic, you both aren't going to make a sanity check. You're just straight up going to lose 1d4 sanity points.
Oh my!
because
fucking
this
God.
is like, learning big shit. And that won't affect you with the 5 cap, because that's in one instance, like the previous ones.
right. That's a big 4 for me,
Max.
boys.
Well, if
That-
you're
that's not
losing
enough for you to
5
go
on a
crazy, though.
D4, there's a problem.
No, that's the thing is, that's not enough for you to go gone crazy.
Right.
But it's enough for you to be like, I'm not as sane as I was.
Yeah, I fucking absolutely agree.
Yes,
Also-
my mind has been opened to other
Also-
possibilities.
You guys, but every time that you succeeded a check, you put a check mark in the box next to it.
Oh, I forget which ones I passed on.
Yeah, you passed on.
I know stealth.
Stealth, yep, you got one there. Charm, not charm, persuade.
I did.
You got charm and library use, Nate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also, you guys are going to get a +3 +3 points in Cthulhu Mythos, which the only way to get that is to
Being
learn things.
exposed to something from
Where's that? Oh, I didn't realize it was a.
It's a skill, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So you'll have 3.
A double
Yep.
0, it's a 3.
Yep, you guys now have 3% in there. So, do you allow Douglas to leave through the window again? Or through the window?
Oh shit.
I would say yes.
Are you going to follow him?
These are his belongings. I will not. If my young ward goes, I will follow to protect him. He is quite fragile.
This is, in some ways, this is the reason we're here.
If you insist, sir, I will back you up.
I don't know how to know about this in the real world anymore.
Well, there's an ancient poet. Translations have been quite lost to time, but the poem goes something like, I'm staring down death with my dick in my hand. Solid as a rock. I don't give a damn. Ready to fuck or fight my way out of a jam. And I will be the last man standing. So carry on, I say.
So, with that being said, Nevada, are you following him? At this point, he's already left the window, and you could see him, his form, heading back up the hill to the cemetery.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. You follow him, and you see that he does walks through the entire cemetery. He stops at one of the graves, and you see that the grave itself is long worn. You can't even read the name on it anymore. And it's like a big metal monument, not metal, stone, excuse me, monument with a your typical gravestone growing out of it, and it almost looks like a seat, like a throne in a way. And he kind of just holds his hand on the top of it for a little bit, kind of looks at it, and turns to a mausoleum directly across the path from it. Goes inside, and you see him grab this stone plate, whatever you want to call it, and just a slab.
There
Yep.
you go.
And you're following him in. That's the question. Are you following him in?
I mean, he invited us.
You're going
Fuck.
in?
I mean,
Are you going in?
I don't think he's
I
gonna turn
believe we
around
should
and
make
fucking.
sure we can leave.
That's the thing. He mentioned that they're sealing it up.
Mr. Kimball, sir.
It is a one. He sees you, and he's like, "You came? You coming?"
Well, we would very much like to see and experience this, but however, we would very much also like to be able to leave.
I regret to inform you, can't do both.
Well, sir, we have lives to get back to. We do quite enjoy this world. However, we are so curious, we need to see, but we need to leave as well.
He gives you this kind of like an apologetic look. Like I said, can't do both. Come or you go.
Fuck. This is man.
I feel like Avebury knows what he's doing. Or does he?
Mr. Kimball, allow me to discuss with my young associate here for a moment, if you will, sir.
Make it quick.
Nevada, I've lived on this earth for 58 years now. I'm not ready to give it up. However, I'm burning with curiosity. I do not know that we would be able to leave should we follow the poor Mr. Kimball here. And there's so many more mysteries to learn about on the surface now that our eyes have been opened.
Imagine the shit that we could publish.
Well, should we venture on, we won't be publishing anything.
That's assuming that it's 100% the truth that this is going to be sealed up today. That there's no other opportunity to leave. There's no other way out.
We have zero cause to doubt Mr. Kimball.
But we have also zero cause to believe him.
Well, I have a question that has been burning in my brain as well for Mr. Kimball before we make a final decision. Have you any final questions for him also?
How large is this place that we're talking about?
How large is the world?
I imagine the underworld is slightly smaller in circumference than the outer world.
Do you think that you could see the entire overworld in one lifetime?
No.
Same applies to the underworld.
Is this the only way? This is the only way right here.
In or out? There are no other exits.
There are many exits in and out of the
They're sealing the
below.
entire thing.
So assuming we come with you, where would be the closest exit that we could leave and go back to our regular lives?
I know not, but it could be discovered.
A further question before we return to our private conversation. You mentioned feeding time earlier. What is it exactly that you consume? Fungi and bats and lizards and whatnot, I assume.
Somewhat, amongst other things.
That requires specifics.
What I ate last night. I believe his name was Jefferson.
Yes, no, thank you. I shall be remaining here and intact.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for your services, guys. Appreciate your discretion.
Yes.
Take care of Thomas for me. Both his hands come around the side of the slab and he just pulls it shut and it closes with a thud.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes, quite. Let us return to Thomas's house and come up with a suitable story that explains the missing books and that his uncle is not a flesh-eating monster.
I don't think we can give him any explanation as to where his uncle may be or anything of the sort.
So
But I think it's easy enough to say that somebody broke in, muddy footprints on the ground, shit like that, tried to chase him off.
yes, I don't know that Thomas would be suitably assuaded by this. However, we cannot tell him the truth.
That's exactamundo, partner.
So, you head back to the house. You go back to your guest room. You barely sleep, I imagine. You wake to the smell of fresh bacon and tell again that Thomas made breakfast. You guys come down. You guys, after you wash and dress,
Yes.
you come down and Thomas is like, "Gentlemen, good morning. How was your stakeout?"
Good morrow to you, sir. We seem to have solved the mystery of your missing books. However,
Splendid.
your uncle, we have no more information.
You found the books. I mean, you found...
Well, we didn't find the books per se, and we've actually lost several more from your collection,
Oh.
for which I do apologize. However, you will not be bothered again by these young ruffians. Local use from several towns over. We gave chase, but failed. They shall not return.
More than I could have asked for. Well, he digs into his back pocket, pulls out his billfold, and gives you guys each a $10 bill.
My God.
Which is
sir.
like $240 today's money.
Yes,
So,
quite.
I mean, and even says that too, like $240 in today's and with that, you guys pack your stuff up, you head back to the train station, and take the next train back to Arkham.
Yes.
And that is the scenario.
Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah. You guys will both gain plus 1d6 sanity points.
Oh, God, please be good.
No, you gain them.
I know, but I want
Right.
this roll to be good.
Because it says, if the investigators got to talk with Douglas Kimball, they gain plus 1d6 sanity points from the knowledge that there is one ghoul at any rate who is not planning to come back. Thus, Thomas Kimball can sleep soundly again, and Thomas Kimball willingly pays the investigators $10 for carrying out the job. So really, he paid $480 if you think about it. Which
For us to tell him that ruffians left with his books.
Yeah. So just a massive loss on his part.
Oh, man.
And that's it.
That's terrifying.
Thanks for listening, and don't smoke glue. What the fuck? Don't smoke glue. You got it wrong.
Oh, shit.